stuck who your opponent meant, a man in the mirror.
Welcome to Stuck the World, where we just coming to stimulate some conversations. Today, we gonna call this Pavement Psychology, right? So, anybody, most people on here probably don't know me, but you ever heard the saying, every black man will go to jail at least one time in their life? I actually think that wasn't gonna happen to me, but when I was 18, when I first went to college, I went to jail. And background story, basically, you know, where you come from, depending on where you from, you know, it's a norm to get into fights. It's a norm to be societal delinquents, right? It's like it's a norm, right, in certain neighborhoods, in certain areas. So when people get into fights, usually police didn't used to be called, right? Not everybody was shooting. Like, people didn't start shooting until, I feel, the Chief Keef wave came. I don't think Chicago got that from anywhere. I think Chicago is a place where everything kind of started. There was shootings and stuff everywhere, but this wave of violence that we seeing right now currently, I think is from the glorification of Chicago and the music industry and all that type of stuff. But anyways, no matter the big increase in pulling out guns and shooting didn't happen until Chief Keef and them, but I'm not blaming them because it was happening before they were even born. So it was kind of like, you know, but so when I got into fights and stuff like that back at home, it was just niggas get into a fight, you know, somebody might start shooting in the air, somebody may get shot, but most of the time people were just fighting. Police wasn't getting called and stuff like that. So it was in a dorm, basically telling you my whole backstory. And you know, I came out of a violent household. My household was violent. All I knew was violence. In the ghettos and the hoods. I'm not gonna say I'm no trench baby or nothing like that, but like to grow up where the culture is to be to not be able to speak to each other, right? To for conflict resolution. I didn't come from that, right? We came from violence. We came from yelling at each other. We came from degrading each other. We came from not, you know, being brotherly and sisterly. So when I went to college, there was a sense of disrespect from my roommate. I think there was a lot of tension. He found out that his lady was sleeping with somebody else, and she was doing it braggadociously. She texted him like, his, you know what, is bigger than yours, and like she doing him wrong, right? So he my roommate. So we had like a cool little bond. I don't think I'm a weirdo, so we had a cool little bond. But that kind of like, you could tell it messed up his life. His life kind of was like, he was at like you could just tell he was depressed. You feel me? You could just, his energy was off. So, you know, me looking back now, right, a more mature man, right, like, obviously give a man his space, check on a man, right, but give a man his space. That's not your business. He not really your family, like, stay away. But it was 18-year-old me, fresh from being outside as long as I want to, doing kind of whatever I want to, growing up, going to house parties, all this type of shit. Like, I'm an experienced, you know, kid. I don't know, I'm way ahead of myself. Not being considerate of other people. So he was angry, he was mad. We got into an argument about something, locking the door or something stupid. He ends up calling me and throwing some trash at me. What we doing? What we doing? So now it's a fight. Pump, boom, 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 boom. Like, you know, he taller than me. I'm short, so boom, 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 boom. Hop on the bed, boom, 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 boom. Get up on this level. It was a fight. Push come to shove, like, just kind of the response of everything, I knew I had to get up out of there. So the response to everything was, everybody was kind of like, it was a fight, whoa, people crowding around, you know. And when you in school, when you in neighborhoods and shit, everybody get into a fight, boom, boom. If nobody gets shot or nothing, somebody go home. Now everything has to come to an end. Niggas is getting shot, people are dying. But at first, people were just fighting, and that was it. You fight, and then you go home, right? That's what you do. Then niggas talk about it, whatever. Niggas catch another fade next time they see each other. That's how it used to be. But the way that everybody was kind of crowded, it was so many not black folks around me that was seeing this. So for some reason I was like, I gotta go. I'm sure I heard somebody say they was calling the police or something, so I left. I left the dorms. I left for a couple of hours. The police came and they was looking for me. I was ducked off. My neighbor was in the dorm too. He called me. He like, hey, they been up here for some hours looking for you. Like, where you gonna go? Where you at? Like, you want me to come get you? I'm straight. Like, you feel me? Like, I feel like I ran for a reason. Like, I wasn't trying to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to deal with none of that. So why would I have you come get me? And I feel like the police told him that. Like, no. So then I ended up saying, you know what? Got off the phone, waited like another like 30 minutes. Went back to the dorm. They ended up questioning me, asking me like, what happened, blah, blah. Now, mind you, this is where the snitch shit get flaky, because this is where I learned. Basically, he had already told him what happened, and this is what people call snitching. In this, but mind you, I'm in college. I ain't never even been in like a snitching situation, so this is why like the whole thing of like when I be seeing people tell, when I be seeing people when I be seeing people just kind of like, people be like, that nigga's a snitch, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, you know what's crazy? It's like, if you've never been in a situation, I feel like you shouldn't have the right to speak. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation once when I was like in middle school, but it was my boy that ended up telling on everybody, because there was a fight in the hallway, somebody got hurt, like, and they got everybody on camera, so they basically wanted somebody to know like what was going on. So, but to me, it's like, you caught us on camera, like, why would I say anything like that? But in this situation, my roommate ended up telling him like we got into a fight. So when they came and talked to me, I'm like, they like, what happened? I'm like, he told you what happened. They like, no, we want to hear your side of the story. I'm like, he threw trash at me and called me a nigga, so I punched him. Like, it was that. Like, so, but that's technically snitching, right? Like, the story is blatant. He just told you the story. But I feel like in that situation, he threw trash on me. He assaulted me, right? If you want to be legal, where I come from, that's not no assault. You just got punched. That's it. But he threw trash on me, and then he was racist toward me. So I feel like I have the right to now punch on you, like, you know. That right there taught me. I ended up going to jail. On an assault charge. Sat in there for like 2 days. What I learned for sure is, this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. I can't wait. Look, I looked in the mirror, and not even the mirror, the window, right? They just closed the door. The window. And I don't got my earrings in. I don't got my piercing in. Growing up, I was a little pretty boy. Like, pretty. I don't want to call myself pretty, but I guess I like the way I look. I tried to fucking look nice and shit. Anyways, and I just looked, and I was just like, somebody just took his shit over there. I'm just in the window looking at myself. Somebody over here sitting. Somebody already asked where I'm from, and it's crazy because the jail that I'm in is the city I'm in is, come on. Don't ask me where I'm from. He asked me where I was from. I'm like, California. He like, oh, what's up, man? You got my face. You was just trying to be on some press and shit, and I don't even gangbang. Like, get away from me. Like, you're a dork. Like, now I can call you a dork because you're a dork. But, so then, Pete, I get out of jail, and you know, days go by. I basically gotta move dorms. After I moved dorms, my neighbor, I learned so much about life, bro, just in this scenario. My neighbor, totally my friend. I was cool with him since like the beginning of my freshman year. He was cool. We all met in dorms. Mind you, we all come from different backgrounds. His dad and mama got money. They got a house. He got all the J's, all that type of shit. I got 2 pairs of J's because I figured out a way to get some money and got some. So he calls me like, I'm like, damn, I didn't do that math on her. He like, tell E, his roommate, I'm like, tell E that I need the math homework, like, let me get it. Whenever I would like forget to do my math homework, I would just have E shoot it to me. E ended up he ended up having the homework. Mike tries to convince me to go into the dorms. Now, mind you, after I got arrested and went to jail, I had to sign a paper saying that I wouldn't go in that dorm again. Now, mind you, always read, because I'm listening to what she's saying. She like, oh, you need to, you can't be in the dorms unless you escorted. I signed a paper saying that I can't be in there at all. Didn't read it. I'm just like, oh, that's what it say? Cool. So then he ends up calling me. He's like, yo, you should come. He was like, you should come in the dorm, bro. If you could just come in, if I escort you, right? And it's crazy because I thought that, and that's what she told me. But I'm in my mind, I'm like, man, I can't go in here, bro. Like, I'm like, nigga just like got out of jail for this. And I think it's interesting how easily niggas talk about jail. Because when I was in there, I'm like, no. Absolutely fucking not. You is being cool with me because y'all being cool with these guys because of some camaraderie, and I'm supposed to take a charge for her. I'm not supposed to, and I could just sit down. I can't see my bitches. My girl is gone. I can't see my girl is gone. I can't see my kids. I didn't even have kids at the time. So I'm already thinking people be really getting in trouble for this. I can't do it. So mind you, that's how I'm thinking. He's literally trying to convince me to go into the thing. I'm talking about I'm an idiot because I ended up going in, getting booked. I see somebody down the hall that look at me, and then 30 seconds later they're gone. Like, that's weird. I'm like, I gotta leave. When I leave, my whole day is good. I don't run into nothing. The next day, 4 in the morning, the police come grab me. Talking about you went in criminal trespassing. Criminal trespassing? What are you talking about? You signed a paper saying, whoop, whoop, whoop. You was in there, yeah, we got you on camera. Bet. It's crazy. Mind you, I get out of jail this time. I have to run to one of my English classes because we're doing personal meetings to go over our essays to make sure I pass. Mind you, I went through college, messed up a little bit, a lot of it, came back without a blip though. So what I'm telling you is, if you ain't never been to jail and you go to jail, that should be your last time. Don't go. It's pointless. It makes no sense. It's a waste of time, right? You know, we going about this the way of behavior. So it changed my behavior. You know what I mean? I still was kind of a hothead. I lost my cool a couple times after that. I'm very, very like I'm self-reflective a lot. So I lost my cap a couple times, went through some more stuff. Then I start going into Buddhism. And they always want to go religious when they go through something. It's funny. I think my behavior changed like a lot when I went to jail. Because I remember 3 days altogether. I'm not talking like I'm big out here doing this 6 months, 7 years, 12 years, 13 years, 25 years. And it's crazy because I've talked to OGs who will, they'll make an assumption of me, you feel me? But I had 2 OGs, had 2 different perspectives. I sat down with them. They both did 15, 20 years, right? Old crib heads, talking to them. And mind you, like, I went to school. I came from the bullshit, but I went to school. I fixed up my life. I'm still me though, you know. Never gonna change. So, two perspectives. I don't even have this perspective of myself. One perspective, one of the old dudes said, man, I seen him with dreads. I thought he was one of them YNs. I thought he was going, he thought that. And I'm like, that's interesting that you thought that. I don't look like that. Like, it don't matter about the dreads. And so in that instance, you just stereotyped me. And I know your intellect is a little bit lower because now you're judging me based just off the locks, right? The other boy was like, what you mean? Nah, I didn't get that at all. He was like, I got the cocky, handsome young dude. He was like, but then I start talking to you and I'm like, he like, oh, so you done been around the way? I'm like, yes, I done been around the way. I done been through as much trauma that you probably been to, probably you done been through more what I've been through, you know what I'm saying? The things that you talking about that a lot of people that they think they can't relate to, we can relate to it. So I think jail changed my opinion. And you know it's crazy, let me tell y'all where I got this topic from. I put in Chat GPT, and guess what Chat GPT put? He put what prison taught me. Like, how you assume I went to prison, bro? How you assume that? Why'd you think that? Why'd you put that on here? I've been in jail though, you know. So that's kind of my take on that, right? So this is Pavement Psychology, where we bring in behaviors with life of people who really live everyday life. It's not even just jail. It's about missing payments. It's about figuring it out. It's about companionship, being genuine, taking care of others. Welcome to Stuck the World.
Stuck who your opponent, man, the man in the mirror.